We have some interesting news coming out of the state of Israel. They have announced their first new settlement in over 20 years. And they have done so with the green light of President Donald Trump. He gave them the go-ahead. And this is to accommodate for the Amona residents who were evacuated from their homes. There was a settlement which was deemed illegal by the Israeli court. So, as a matter of fact, they were actually removed by the Israeli soldiers from a settlement. So Netanyahu said, you know what, I promise I'll build you guys a new settlement. So that's exactly what he's doing, and Trump realizes that this was a promise made, and there's really no going against it. These people are homeless. These Jewish people who had a home in the West Bank no longer have a home, so they need a new settlement to live in. So this is some very good news. I like to hear this. And it really, signifies a shift in American policy. Prior to Trump's inauguration, we had a president, Barack Obama, who couldn't stand the sight of settlements. He even crafted a resolution that went to the UN, which really was hurtful to the state of Israel. And it showed really the flaws in the United Nations, which Trump's ambassador, Nikki Haley, is really working to fix, and we really respect her for that. Now, I actually think that the way Trump is handling all this, and being realistic on the ground, he condemned settlements in a statement, but he has to. I think the reality is he recognizes Israel's right to build settlements which is what was historically their land. Look, Palestinians live in Israel. Why can't Israelis live in the West Bank? People say apartheid. Well, that to me is not fair that Jews cannot live in the West Bank, but Palestinians can live in Israel. It's really, it's not right. It's really a flaw in public opinion. And I think Trump's policy, where he's standing with the state of Israel, I think it actually greatly increases the chances of peace. Because it shows the Palestinians that they're not going to dictate what goes on. They're not going to take all of Israel back. 1967 borders, forget about it. You had wars. You had rough wars where, 5, 6 Arab countries against Israel at once, and Israel took them out in 6 days. Well, they could have taken their capitals, they could have taken their whole land, but they took little, buffer zones to protect themselves. You want them to go back, forget about it. It's not going to happen. So Trump realizes that, and I think the reality is a lot of Americans stand with Israel. You have your few who don't, but the reality is the evangelicals are behind Israel, and that's Trump's party. Mike Pence, the vice president, is Israel's greatest friend. So, and this is not to say that I would like to see peace. Of course I'd like to see peace, and I think now that Trump stands with Israel, it might be possible. You have countries, as Netanyahu said, who are speaking to Israel as a friend when they used to be enemies. So, it's the reality. The United Nations is biased, but the countries behind the scenes work a lot with Israel because they have the utmost respect for them, the way they win their wars, and they're really a resistance against terrorism. They're fighting terrorism like nobody else, and they train American troops. You have a lot to learn from Israel. So I really like this approval by Donald Trump. I'd like to see it continue. Hopefully he continues to stand with the state of Israel, and we might even see peace in the region, because you have the Israelis and the Sunni Arab states who are forming a de facto alliance against the Shia axis, which includes Iran, it includes Hezbollah in Lebanon, and Syria, Assad, who's fighting for power right now, and also the Iraqis as well. So it's interesting to see Russia is, allied with them, but Russia also, Putin and Netanyahu have a decent relationship. They speak a lot, they go visit each other, there's a mutual understanding. Putin likes Israel, he has a fondness for Israel, there's a lot of Russians in Israel, so there's also an alliance there. So, things are developing, and I'm excited to see what happens. Hopefully, Americans continue to be behind the state of Israel. Thank you.